Question 1. From a practical standpoint, Maria is configuring a reconciliation profile that needs to handle multiple currencies. She wants ARCS to automatically convert balances into a reporting currency at the profile level. Which configuration step ensures currency conversion occurs during data load? A. Enable currency conversion in global system settings. B. Add currency override rules in reconciliation attributes. C. Assign a currency bucket in the reconciliation format. D. Configure the profile with a reporting currency setting. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Setting the reporting currency at the profile level ensures ARCS applies exchange rates automatically during data load, aligning with multi-currency reconciliation best practices, while enabling global settings controls overall availability. Without profile level assignment, the conversion won't occur for that specific reconciliation. Currency overrides in attributes are used for exceptional adjustments, not standard processing. Assigning currency buckets in the format controls structural grouping but does not enforce conversion. Question 2. Taking into account that ARCS administrators must prevent preparers from modifying reconciliation formats after deployment, what is the most effective way to enforce this control without removing preparer access entirely? A. Set preparers to read-only role globally. B. Restrict format editing through security by object. C. Lock the reconciliation profile after assignment. D. Assign preparers the viewer role for formats only. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Restricting format editing through security by object allows fine-grained control. Preparers retain the ability to work on assigned reconciliations but cannot alter the structural definitions. Global read-only or viewer roles would limit their ability to prepare reconciliations entirely. Locking profile prevents modifications but can impact other necessary updates. Object-level security aligns with the principle of least privilege while maintaining operational capability. Question 3. By evaluating a case where Raj is setting up automated matching for high-volume bank transactions, which match type configuration is most efficient when multiple bank entries must be matched to a single ledger transaction? A. One-to-one. B. One-to-many. C. Many-to-many. D. One-to-zero. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. One-to-many is optimal when a single ledger transaction corresponds to multiple bank entries, ensuring accurate aggregation and automated match execution. One-to-one is too restrictive for such cases. Many-to-many would add unnecessary complexity and processing overhead unless both sources have multiple matching entries. One-to-zero is invalid as it implies a match without a counterpart, which is not a valid match configuration in ARCS. Question 4. Given the circumstances, Oliver needs to ensure that reconciliation tasks are distributed evenly across a large finance team while still allowing supervisors to reassign tasks dynamically. Which approach best satisfies both requirements? A. Create reconciliation groups and assign by group owner. B. Use task templates with predefined preparer assignments. C. Apply dynamic assignment rules in the workflow. D. Assign reconciliations manually at the start of each period. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Dynamic assignment rules within workflow settings allow automatic distribution based on criteria e.g. account type, workload, while enabling supervisors to reassign as needed. Group-based assignment centralizes ownership but lacks dynamic rebalancing. Task templates predefine assignments but don't adapt to workload changes. Manual assignment increases administrative overhead and can cause a workload distribution. Question 5. In contrast to standard reconciliation processes, intercompany reconciliations often fail due to mismatched transaction IDs between entities. Which configuration reduces this risk most effectively? A. Enforcing standardized transaction ID formats in data sources. B. Increasing tolerance thresholds in match rules. C. Using manual adjustments for mismatched IDs. D. Disabling ID-based matching in favor of amount-based matching. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Standardizing transaction ID formats at the data source stage ensures that matching rules operate on consistent identifiers, reducing false mismatches in intercompany reconciliations. Increasing tolerance thresholds may mask discrepancies rather than resolve them. Manual adjustments are reactive, not preventative. Disabling ID-based matching in favor of amount-based matching risks false positives in transaction volumes. Question 6. Illustrated by a case where Sophia is integrating ARCs with an ERP via data management. She notices currency values loading incorrectly due to missing rate tables. What is the most efficient resolution? A. Reload the data manually with corrected currency values. B. Configure exchange rates in data management before reload. C. Just amounts using profile level overrides post-load. D. Disable currency conversion during the load process. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Configuring exchange rates in data management ensures currency conversions occur accurately during load, maintaining data integrity from source to reconciliation. Manual reloads without rate setup will repeat the error. Profile level overrides are for exceptions, not systemic conversion. Disabling currency conversion might prevent errors but defeats the purpose of multi-currency reconciliation, leading to inconsistent reporting. Question 7. Under the assumption that a reconciliation requires automatic certification when balances match within a set threshold, which configuration achieves this? They define a match rule within transaction matching. B. Create a profile-level auto-certification rule. C. Enable auto-approval in workflow settings. D. Use aging analysis to validate reconciliation status. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. A profile-level auto-certification rule directly enables automatic sign-off when balances fall within defined tolerances, aligning with ARC's automation capabilities. Match rules are for transaction-level matching, not full reconciliation certification. Auto-approval in workflow lacks threshold-based evaluation. Aging analysis is analytical and does not drive certification automation. Question 8. In a modern context of audit readiness, Daniel wants to ensure every reconciliation change is tracked with full detail, including who made it and when. Which ARCS feature accomplishes this? A. Commentary and attachments. B. Audit trail. C. Historical data archive. D. Workflow status reports. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. The audit trail in ARCS captures every system action, recording user, timestamp, and change details, ensuring compliance and accountability. Commentary and attachments provide context but do not track all system events. Historical data archives store past reconciliations for reference but don't capture transactional changes. Workflow status reports offer process visibility but not granular edit history. Question 9. Considering the evidence, Emma configures a match process but notices recurring unmatched transactions due to slightly differing dates between systems. How can she minimize false unmatched items without manual intervention? A. Increase date tolerance in match rules. B. Standardize date formats at source. C. Use amount-only matching criteria. D. Perform periodic manual reconciliations. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Increasing date tolerance in match rules allows ARCS to match transactions within a defined date range, accommodating minor posting differences. Standardizing date formats helps avoid format mismatches but doesn't address timing differences. Amount-only matching ignores date integrity and can lead to incorrect matches. Manual reconciliations are time-consuming and reduce automation efficiency. Question 10. With the advent of new automation requirements, Liam needs to automate recurring administrative tasks such as period close and data load. Which tool within the ARCS ecosystem is designed for this purpose? A. Smart View. B. Data management scripts. C. EPAM Automate. D. Dashboard configuration. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. EPAM Automate allows administrators to script and schedule recurring tasks such as period close, data load, and backup, enhancing operational efficiency. SmartView is for reporting and ad hoc analysis, not automation. Data management scripts handle data integration but don't manage system-wide tasks. Dashboard configuration provides visual insights but cannot execute automated processes. Question 11. Through the lens of operational efficiency, Nathan notices that reconciliations for his company's subsidiaries are often delayed because preparers cannot see all required supporting documents. Which approach in ARCS best resolves this issue while maintaining security? A. Grant all preparers global access to all attachments. B. Configure commentary and attachment permissions at the profile level. C. Require preparers to submit supporting documents via email. D. Disable workflow restrictions for document access. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Configuring commentary and attachment permissions at the profile level allows preparers to access the documents needed for their assigned reconciliations without compromising security across unrelated profiles. Granting global access undermines internal control policies. Submitting documents via email introduces manual inefficiencies and increases risk. Disabling workflow restrictions removes oversight. Conflicts with audit compliance requirements. Question 12. Given the circumstances, Isabella wants to optimize ARC system performance during high-volume data loads from multiple ERPs. What is the most effective way to achieve this without compromising data integrity? A. Stagger data loads and use batch processing. B. Load all data simultaneously to reduce total processing time. C. Disable validation rules temporarily. D. Remove historical data from the system before loading. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Staggering data loads and using batch processing ensures that ARCS processes transactions in manageable chunks, reducing system strain while preserving data integrity. Simultaneous loads may cause system bottlenecks and errors. Disabling validation rules risks corrupt or inaccurate data entering the system. Removing historical data is not necessary for performance optimization and may violate record requirements. Question 13. A demonstrated buyer scenario where Leo configures multiple reconciliation formats. He realizes some formats have overlapping data sources leading to duplicate transaction matches. How should he resolve this efficiently? A. Merge the formats into a single format. B. Use profile-level exclusions to prevent overlapping matches. C. Ignore duplicates and rely on manual review. D. Disable transaction matching for the conflicting formats. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Ignoring duplicates and relying on manual review ensures that only valid transactions are reconciled without disrupting existing configuration. Merging formats may create structural complexity and errors. Profile-level exclusions could unintentionally omit legitimate transactions. Disabling transaction matching halts automated reconciliation, increasing manual workload and risk of delays. Question 14. In what ways can Olivia ensure that her team's reconciliation tasks are prioritized based on risk rather than assigned alphabetically? A. Assign tasks manually according to perceived importance. B. Configure workflow rules to automate task prioritization using attributes like account type and balance size. C. Limit the number of reconciliations preparer can access. D. Rely on historical task completion times to reorder tasks. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Workflow rules using account-level attributes enable ARCS to prioritize high-risk reconciliations automatically, ensuring attention where it is most critical. Manual assignment is inefficient and subjective. Limiting task access reduces operational flexibility without targeting risk. Historical completion times do not necessarily reflect current risk exposure and can misalign prioritization. Question 15. In the context of automated reconciliation, Samuel notices that certain transactions are failing to auto-certify despite matching amounts and dates, which is the most likely cause. A. Auto-certification rules are not enabled at the profile level. B. Matching rules are incorrectly configured for one-to-one matches. C. Reconciliation formats are incorrectly sorted. D. Users have insufficient workflow privileges. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Auto-certification must be explicitly defined at the profile level. Otherwise, even perfectly matched transactions will not be signed off automatically. Incorrect one-to-one match rules may prevent transaction-level matching but not profile-level certification. Format sorting affects reporting, not auto-certification. Insufficient workflow privileges prevent manual approval but do not block auto-certification rules if configured correctly. Question 16. By evaluating a scenario where Maya needs to integrate trial balance data from a legacy ERP into ARCS, she must ensure that data mapping aligns with ARCS attributes. What is the best approach? A. Map all source columns to user-defined attributes regardless of type. B. Align source columns only to mandatory ARCS attributes. C. Use data load mapping templates to align columns with both standard and user-defined attributes. D. Load the data without mapping and adjust entries post-load. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Data load mapping templates provide structured alignment between source columns and ARCS attributes, ensuring both required and custom information is accurately captured. Mapping all columns indiscriminately may introduce errors or unnecessary complexity. Mapping only mandatory attributes omits valuable details for analysis. Loading without mapping risks data integrity and creates extensive post-load corrections. Question 17. Throughout the course of configuring transaction matching, Jacob observes that certain transactions remain unmatched due to slight differences in decimal precision, which ARCS feature can address this without manual intervention. They increase the tolerance for matching amounts in the match rule configuration. B. Round all transaction amounts at the data source. C. Use manual adjustments for unmatched transactions. D. Disable automated matching for precise amounts. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Disabling automated matching for highly precise amounts prevents incorrect matches and allows for careful manual handling when decimal discrepancies are significant. Increasing tolerance may resolve some mismatches but risks false positives. Rounding at the source could distort financial reporting. Manual adjustments are reactive and inefficient for recurring discrepancies, whereas selective automation control maintains accuracy and process integrity. Question 18. In an effort to streamline reporting, HANA wants dashboards to show real-time reconciliation performance metrics, but some users report delayed data visibility. What is the most effective solution? A. Reconfigure dashboards to refresh based on scheduled intervals rather than real-time queries. B. Disable all dashboard components to force manual report extraction. C. Increase user access rights to enable direct database queries. D. Archive reconciliations to reduce dashboard data load. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Granting appropriate access for direct database queries allows advanced users to obtain up-to-date metrics, reducing reliance on pre-aggregated dashboards. Scheduled refresh intervals can delay insights. Disabling components eliminates visibility rather than solving latency. Archiving reconciliations helps with storage but does not address real-time reporting needs for active reconciliations. Question 19. From multiple perspectives, Evan wants to implement advanced reconciliation rules using Groovy scripting to handle complex intercompany transactions. Which best practice ensures maintainability and audit compliance? A. Embed all logic directly into multiple reconciliation formats. B. Centralize Groovy scripts in a library with version control and detailed documentation. C. Create scripts for each reconciliation without documentation. D. Disable audit trails during script testing to streamline execution. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Centralizing scripts in a version-controlled library ensures maintainability, consistency across reconciliations, and auditability. Embedding logic in formats complicates updates and increases error risk. Creating undocumented scripts is unmanageable and non-compliant. Disabling audit trails violates internal control principles and compromises transparency during testing or deployment. Question 20. While examining period close processes, Olivia discovers that several reconciliations are incomplete due to unassigned periods. How should she prevent this recurrence? A. Assign periods manually at the start of each fiscal cycle. B. Configure default period mapping in ARCS to automate assignment. C. Remove period restrictions to allow all reconciliations at any time. D. Delay reconciliation creation until all periods are manually verified. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Default period mapping automates assignment, ensuring reconciliations are consistently associated with correct periods, reducing errors and administrative burden. Manual assignment is error-prone and inefficient. Removing restrictions undermines period control and audit integrity. Delaying reconciliation creation can create bottlenecks and risk missed reporting deadlines, which conflicts with best practice close managed processes. Question 21. Considering the evidence, Lucas is implementing Uxfor, a multinational corporation, and needs to configure reconciliation groups to reflect regional accounting practices. Which approach ensures proper segregation and efficient reporting? A. Create separate reconciliation groups for each region and assign reconciliations accordingly. B. Use a single global group and rely on preparer comments for regional distinctions. C. Group reconciliations by account type only, ignoring region. D. Assign all reconciliations to a temporary holding group and manually sort later. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Creating reconciliation groups by region ensures that each group reflects local accounting practices while providing clear segmentation for reporting and monitoring. A single global group with only comments is insufficient for structured compliance. Grouping solely by account type ignores regional variations, risking reporting errors. Manual sorting in a temporary group is inefficient and prone to mistakes, the potential for delayed reconciliations and audit issues. Question 22. In light of recent developments, Sophia wants to reduce manual workload for high-volume reconciliations by implementing advanced matching rules. Which configuration best achieves this while maintaining accuracy? A. Apply one-to-many matching with thresholds for acceptable variances. B. Use only one-to-one matching to avoid complexity. C. Disable tolerance thresholds to force exact matches. D. Rely on preparers to manually adjust unmatched items. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. One-to-many matching with defined thresholds allows ARCs to automate the reconciliation of transactions that have multiple counterparts, reducing manual intervention while maintaining control over acceptable variances. One-to-one matching is too rigid for high-volume scenarios. Disabling tolerance thresholds increases unmatched transactions and manual work. Manual adjustment is reactive and inefficient, risking delays and. Question 23. To illustrate this point, Ryan needs to ensure that every reconciliation task is assigned to the most appropriate preparer based on workload and expertise. Which HUX feature best supports this? A. Dynamic workflow assignment rules. B. Manual task allocation at the start of the period. C. Random task assignment without criteria. D. Assign all tasks to the team manager for redistribution. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Dynamic workflow assignment rules allocate tasks based on predefined criteria such as workload, expertise, and account type, optimizing efficiency and reducing bottlenecks. Manual allocation is time-consuming and subjective. Random assignment disregards skill sets and workload balance, increasing the risk of errors. Assigning all tasks to a manager centralizes control but creates administrative overhead, potential delays in reconciliation completion. Question 24. From a practical standpoint, Ava observes that reconciliations are frequently delayed due to unresolved exceptions. How can ARCs best automate resolution of recurring minor discrepancies? A. Implement rules for auto-certification based on tolerances. B. Require all discrepancies to be resolved manually. C. Increase review cycles to catch all errors. D. Disable exception reporting to reduce delays. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Increasing review cycles ensures that recurring minor discrepancies are caught and addressed systematically, while maintaining accountability and audit compliance. Auto-certification based solely on tolerances may bypass critical errors. Requiring manual resolution for all exceptions is inefficient and slows processing. Disabling exception reporting removes visibility, compromising control and compliance. Question 25. In a modern context of audit and compliance, Ethan needs to track changes made to reconciliation formats and profiles over time. Which ARCS feature ensures full accountability? A. Audit trail functionality. B. Dashboard metrics. C. Commentary fields. D. Historical data archive. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. The audit trail records every change, capturing the user, timestamp, and nature of modifications, ensuring transparency, accountability, and compliance with internal control standards. Dashboards provide operational insights, but not granular tracking. Commentary fields provide context but do not capture all system actions. Historical archives store past data but cannot track incremental changes in real, limiting audit effectiveness. Question 26. Based on the information, Chloe notices discrepancies in intercompany balances due to mismatched transaction identifiers. Which approach in ARCS most effectively mitigates this issue? A. Standardized transaction IDs across all entities before data load. B. Just entries manually after the matching process. C. Use amount-based matching without identifiers. D. Disable intercompany reconciliation functionality. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Manual adjustment ensures that mismatches caused by inconsistent transaction identifiers are corrected, accurately preserving reconciliation integrity. Standardizing IDs is ideal, but may not always be feasible with legacy systems. Relying solely on amount-based matching ignores critical identifier information, increasing the risk of incorrect matches. Disabling intercompany reconciliation removes automatic oversight and creates control gaps. Question 27. Through careful analysis of performance issues, Liam finds that large-scale data load slowed down the ARCS environment. Which strategy best balances speed and integrity? A. Stagger data loads with validation enabled. B. Disable all validation rules during the load. C. Load all data simultaneously. D. Archive prior reconciliations before loading. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Staggered data loads allow ARCS to process information in manageable batches while ensuring validation rules maintain data integrity, preventing system bottlenecks. Disabling validation risks corrupt or inaccurate data. Loading all data simultaneously strains resources and increases error probability. Archiving prior reconciliations helps with storage but does not address immediate load performance or integrity. Question 20. When analyzing the merits of SmartView integration, Grace wants to enable preparers to conduct ad hoc analysis without compromising reconciliation security. Which practice best supports this objective? A. Restrict access through SmartView data permissions aligned with ARCS roles. B. Grant full SmartView access to all users. C. Disable SmartView for reconciliation preparers. D. Require all analysis to be performed outside of ARCS. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Ensuring preparers conduct analysis outside of ARCS or under strict role-based SmartView permissions maintains both security and flexibility. Full access could expose sensitive data. Disabling SmartView prevents legitimate analysis, reducing operational efficiency. Restricting permissions carefully aligns with security policies and ensures users only see relevant data for their role. Question 29. From multiple perspectives, Noah needs to implement automated reconciliation for high-volume transaction matching, which configuration minimizes unmatched items while adhering to audit standards. A. Configure one-to-many matching with amount and date tolerances. B. Disable automated matching and rely on manual intervention. C. Use only exact one-to-one matching criteria. D. Ignore tolerance settings and accept all near matches. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Using exact one-to-one matching criteria ensures integrity by only allowing precise matches, supporting audit compliance while reducing false positives. One-to-many matching with tolerances is efficient but may allow borderline discrepancies. Disabling automation increases workload and risk of delays. Ignoring tolerances compromises accuracy and could mask errors, violating best practices. Question 30. While evaluating the merits of ARCS workflow configuration, Isabella notices delayed sign-offs on reconciliations. Which approach best addresses this challenge without reducing compliance? A. Implement automated escalation rules for overdue tasks. B. Remove all sign-off requirements to expedite reconciliation. C. Limit preparer access to reduce bottlenecks. D. Manually track overdue reconciliations weekly. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Automated escalation rules are the best practice to maintain compliance while reducing delays, ensuring that overdue reconciliations are promptly addressed without removing control. Removing sign-offs undermines internal controls. Limiting access may create additional bottlenecks. Manual weekly tracking is inefficient and reactive, providing limited assurance for timely reconciliation and audit readiness.